Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today for this week's WIP and Chat. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. WIP, W-I-P, stands for Work in Progress, and this is mine. You are welcome and encouraged to go grab whatever it is you are working on and work alongside while I chat, or alternatively, you can just treat this as a podcast and listen while I chat. Okay. I'm starting a new project today. This is something you guys haven't seen yet, but you will shortly. It is actually a very small muka that I found, and it's very cute. Love it. And I thought, I'm going to go ahead and try and work in something for Summer with the Masters. I've completed 2 kits already for DP for Pets, and I'm working on a 3rd. And so I thought, okay, it's time for me to start thinking ahead. So this is what I'm going to be working on. I will explain some other things as I go along, but this is my project for today. Let me rearrange things a bit, zoom into where I'm going to be working, and then I will explain all the things after we get done with my life update. So grab your stuff, get ready, and I will be right back. All right, I've started my timer. I've got some drills set up here, and I'm just going to get started. Now, I've got lots of stuff to explain, but I'm going to start with my life update. Life has been kind of boring in some ways and kind of crazy in others. So, I'm still waiting for my passport to show up. I forget how many weeks it's been. I sent it in right after we got back from Canada, and we got back on, I think, the 20th. So, it's been 4 weeks, I guess. So, I guess maybe... hopefully it'll be here soon. I think it took 6 weeks for my daughters. So if that's the case, then hopefully, yeah, it will be here soon. Everybody is healthy and well. My knee is still doing better. It's still not 100%, but it's better than it has been. And although my son and I did not take any of our walks this week, it's been kind of a crazy week, and so we ended up actually not walking. Some was the weather, some was my son not wanting to do it, and then some was me not wanting to do it because, guys, my sleep schedule is all messed up. My husband got called out for storm work, which he likes to do, so he wasn't upset about that. But whenever he's gone, it always messes with my sleep schedule. I never sleep as well when he's not here, and so I find myself staying up too late diamond painting, or staying up too late reading, or staying up too late listening to a podcast, or staying up too late on YouTube. I just, I don't have to get up and go to work, so I don't really have to be on a regular schedule. So when he's gone, my sleep schedule just gets all kinds of messed up. I try to get up and get ready in the morning and do all the same things that I would do even when he's gone. I had an eye doctor's appointment this week, and she dilated my eyes, which is fine. They usually do because, I have old eyes. And it was actually really rainy that day and overcast, so it wasn't a problem. Well, I didn't think it was going to be a problem driving home, but it was raining when I was driving home, so everyone had their lights on, which just made things even worse. So by the time I got home, I had a headache. And I could have had a headache from all the lights. I could have had a headache from the weather. I get a lot of weather-related migraines. My migraines are related to the barometric pressure. So whenever we have storms and stuff and it fluctuates a lot, I can get migraines. So I had a pretty bad headache, and I ended up taking a nap, which was a big mistake because then I was like, well, then I couldn't sleep that night, and I ended up staying too late, and now I've just got myself in this bad cycle. So my sleep schedule has been all messed up, and I'm trying to get back on track. Hopefully, hubby will be home soon. Like I said, he enjoys going on storm work. I mean, some of it is not fun, of course. They're working long days and all of that, but he likes it. He's one of those lucky people that really enjoys his job, and so he just likes what he does. And he likes it enough that it makes up for all the other stuff that goes along with it that he doesn't enjoy. So, and we were laughing. Oh my gosh, we were laughing so hard. I cut his hair. He doesn't think it's worth going to a barber, and we keep it cut pretty short because he spends most of the day with it under a hard hat anyway. So I was cutting his hair, and he's like, well, I want you to cut my hair. And this was before we knew he was going to be leaving for storm work. He was just, it's hot, getting hot during the day. My hair's getting too long. I want you to cut it for me so I'm cooler at work. Okay. So he's like, well, instead of using our regular hair trimmer, we've had that trimmer for so long that, I can just pull it out. I know exactly what setting to put it on, what blade to use, all of that to get the haircut that he wants. And he's like, why don't you try this new trimmer of mine? Okay, fine. So he, gets the blade put on it, gets the guard, whatever, the length that he wants. And he's like, okay, here we go. And I'm not even thinking about it. I just immediately start cutting his hair the same way I would with the regular trimmer. And whoo boy, he did not pay attention to the size of the guard on it. He picked one that he thought was only like one size shorter. And no, this thing basically gave him a buzz cut. And it was one of those, if you've seen those, instant regret things on the internet where, people, whether it's people trying to give themselves a haircut or anything else where they just do something and they're immediately horrified because it went wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was my face. And then I just started laughing because, at that point, there's nothing you can do about it. And he can't figure out why I'm laughing. And he's like, well, is it bad? And I said, kinda. And he goes, can you fix it? And I said, maybe. And he goes, well, how, and he's all, whoa. And I said, okay, well, basically, you're going to get a buzz cut. Sorry. And he's like, well, that's okay. It's hair. It'll grow back. Okay. Good attitude to have. I'm happy that that's your attitude because that's pretty much the only one that you can have at this point. And so I ended up cutting his hair super short. But then he ended up getting called out to go work on storm work the very next day, and he told me that night when he called me, he's like, I'm actually really glad that we cut it this short because it's super humid where he is, and he's like, I would have been miserable if it had been any longer. So it all worked out, even though that wasn't what we had intended. But we all, well, I probably got more of a laugh out of it than he did because he couldn't see it. But I mean, I just ran that trimmer right over his head, just bzz, like I usually do. And it was like, bzz, oh no. Yeah. I say to my family often, it's hair, it'll grow back. I don't know that that's true for everyone, but that's been my opinion of it. My son has joked around a lot of times about just shaving off his head or whatever when he was tired of messing with it. And my husband and I I got a good laugh out of it. He thought it was pretty funny and he was a very good sport about it. But yeah, we were, my face, I'm sure, was just, oh no. One of those, it's like having a car accident and when you're a kid or when you do something and you break something and you're like, well, there's no hiding this. Definitely going to have, issues with this, or I'm going to get in trouble for this. Yeah. But it was funny. I'm glad he was a good sport about it, and I'm glad it worked out. And it is hair. It'll grow back. He's still out for storm work. I always appreciate when he's gone. He works really hard, and he makes decent money doing it. So because he's making some extra money that we wouldn't normally have, I'm going to be able to pay off our last bill from our trip up to Canada, which will be nice because we've actually taken 2 trips up there this year, one in January and one in May. And we actually took another trip up there last year when we took our trip to Maine. Then we went up into Canada. So I guess technically it wasn't a trip to Canada. We just went for like a day visit while we were up there in Maine. Now that the bills are paid off, we can start looking at, other things that we need to do. We've got the car. Now we got to get the car paid off. He's looking for trailers to see what we want to do about trailers. I think I've just decided that I'm going to stop stressing so much about our move. We don't exactly know when we're going to go. And I don't think at this point that his shooting for September was realistic. I don't think at this point we're going to be able to get everything accomplished. And I'm actually expecting that he's going to get called out for storm work quite a bit more often as the tornado season progresses. Weather has been insane around here and other places, and I think he's going to get called out more this year than he usually does, which is nice because that means he'll be earning extra money, and that will let us put extra money in our little savings for when we do move. I feel like we're in this weird kind of limbo right now. Document wise and all of that, we're ready to move, but we don't have to move anytime soon. And I mean, technically, now that we've got everything done, because he's here for work, we could stay here for as long as we want without losing our PR, because we're technically, you know, we live with him while he's working and he's here working. So whatever. Government's rules are weird. That's not how it would work in America. But anyway, not that we're planning on staying here forever regardless, because I told my husband, do people actually do that? What's the point of putting yourself through that entire process of getting PR if you're not going to move? So we are going to move. I just don't know that it's going to be as quick as we thought it was. His dad, he wants to, once he gets back from the storm, he's got to call his mom. He just had a quick phone call with her, and his dad is still in the hospital, still haven't had a room open up at one of the veterans homes, but they've moved him into a private room and nobody can seem to tell her why. And his dad is confused because he's been in the hospital since last November. And that whole time that he was in the hospital, he's been in a room with at least 3 other people. And so now he's by himself and he doesn't understand. And I mean, maybe they've explained it to him. I don't know, but they certainly haven't explained it to his mom. And so he wants to find out what else is going on. We may be taking another quick trip up there just to figure out what's going on, but we'll see. Yeah, it's just been kind of crazy. I am looking ahead. I kind of have got this bug in my ear now about taking him to the Montreal Grand Prix, and I don't think we're going to be able to do it in 2024. I don't think there's enough time for me to get it all planned, which means we have to go in 2025, and that seems insane to think about planning something for 2025. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that it's 2023, but I know that's something that he would really, really enjoy. So yeah, still trying to figure out that. Oh my gosh, you guys. You see these pictures all the time over on Facebook or Instagram, people finding drills in weird places from their diamond paintings. I mean, I know my workspace area, I have drills on the floor all the time. In the craft room office in here, I have drills on the floor. When I'm doing unboxings and filming and stuff, sometimes, invariably, a drill will go flying and I can't always find it again or whatever. I try to vacuum on a regular basis so that it doesn't get too terrible, both in here and my workspace area. But my son came up the stairs the other day. Mom, you need to keep better control of your craft. And I said, what are you talking about? He's like, I found 2 diamond drills in the bottom of my shower. And I just started laughing and I said, well, you must have, I'm assuming he walks through the house barefoot sometimes. I'm like, you probably picked him up on your feet when you were walking through the house, because we have carpet under my workspace out in the living room and in here, I guess. I used to work a lot at the dining room table, which that has a wood floor underneath it. But anyway, I said, well, I guess you just need to be more careful. At least it wasn't stuck to you. I said, I've had that happen where I'm, doing something and, it can be a day when I haven't even diamond painted and I'll find a random drill stuck to me. It's like, where the heck did this come from? Who knows? Just kind of funny. You'd think you would notice something like that if it was stuck to you, but nope, not always. And a bit of good news, found out my oldest is getting a pretty nice raise for next year at her job. So she's excited and I'm excited for her. More money is always nice. And she actually really likes her job. I wish she made a bit more money at it, but I mean, I guess you could say that about any job. But she likes the people she works with, and that's half the battle sometimes. she struggled at the last place she worked. There were a couple of people that she really just did not get along with. And so I was really happy she seems to have found a couple people that she really kind of gels with, that, you know, they're spending time with each other outside of work. So that's always nice to have friends like that. I think that's all the things I wanted to tell you for my my life update. Still waiting on my passport. Hubby's out working. Drills show up in random places. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. If I missed anything, I'll throw it in later, but yeah. All right, so moving on to my diamond painting update. I, am working on this new project here, but I am still plugging along on my Wolf Shaman. I'm actually excited about that one for many reasons. I don't know. I'm debating on whether or not I want to combine. I filmed the unboxing of it. I filmed the kit up of it, and I've been working on it, but now I'm like, maybe do I want to try something crazy and combine all three of those and like do the unboxing, the kit up, and the finish of it all in one long video, just so that you guys can kind of see everything? Or does the unboxing and the kitting up not matter and I just need to share the end of it with you? I have to say, it has been probably one of the kits I've done recently that I have enjoyed the absolute most. It is a square, so it's taking me longer than it would otherwise, but it is so colorful, and I just am really loving the artwork itself. I mean, I bought it because I liked it, but I'm actually kind of surprised how much I like it as I'm working on it. I think part of what appeals to me is it's very much like a Zentangle piece of art, if you know what Zentangles are. I've dabbled in those, and that's the kind of feel that I get from it when I'm working on it. And it's just a lot of colors. It is pretty confetti heavy because it is so many colors, but there are still some places where there's some nice multi-placing. So it's one of those kits where there's a nice mix, and I'm not getting tired of the same colors over and over and over. I think previous to this kit, I had done a lot of kits where I was doing a lot of color blocking, which is fine. You know, I had a lot of color blocking in the Fiona Dragon, obviously a lot of color blocking in my Marvin and Daffy when I did those. What else have I worked on this year? But anyway, you know, just coming off kind of a spate of ones where I was doing a lot of color blocking and not a ton of colors, especially the Marvin and Daffy. I mean, I think Marvin had 11 colors and Daffy had 9, something like that. So not and not that the Shaman has a ton of colors, but obviously way more than that. But yeah, I'm just super enjoying it. And also I think part of why I'm enjoying it, my daughter came by and saw me working on it. She was here for Father's Day, and she asked me what I was doing with it. And I said, well, I don't know yet. And she said, can I have it? And I said, well, of course you can have it. And she's really into wolves. She's always really liked wolves. So I'm excited it has a home already. So it's not a kit that I have to find out where it goes. That's the other concern I think about me doing the videos of these for you after, time has passed. Because obviously I filmed the unboxing and the kit up a while ago. And I feel like I repeat myself because I probably tell you in one of those 2 videos also that she saw it and wanted to have it. But I don't know that for sure because I haven't watched them since I filmed them. So yeah, you can let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested in a big long video like that. Do other people make those? I don't think I've seen one. I mean, I've seen long like whip and chat videos, obviously, but I don't think I've seen one where they do all of it, the whole unboxing, kit up, work through the project. I mean, obviously you wouldn't see me on film working through the project. I didn't film all of that, but seeing it, to the end all in one video. Is that something that would be interesting or not? Inquiring minds want to know. So anyway, I've been working on the Wolf Shaman. I'm super enjoying it, and it has a home, which I'm excited about. I've already ordered a frame for it so that once I get it done, I can put it in a frame and finish it for her. And then she has another piece of artwork. I got to work on a super fun kit, and it's not hanging around my house anymore. If only it was so easy to get rid of all the rest of them. I still have to figure out what I'm going to do with all of them. I have too many. I know I'm not going to keep all of them, but I got to figure out what I'm going to do with them. If I'm going to give them away, if I'm going to do something else with them, who knows. So I've been working on the Wolf Shaman, super enjoying it. I really want to get it done before the end of the month. One, because that's going to be the end of DP for Pets. And two, I really want to count all of those hours in my goals for June, because it's getting to be about time for me to do my monthly goal update. Also, has anybody bought any new kits recently? You guys, I gotta confess. Well, first, I have a question. Diamond Art Club changed their logo. I noticed when I was on Instagram the other day that their logo has changed, and I was just curious why. I mean, I know sometimes companies want to update their logos, but you know, usually they try not to make it too super different. And also, you know, after a certain amount of time, that sort of becomes your default logo. Like if Pepsi didn't have their little red, white, and blue logo, or, you know, Coca-Cola wasn't white and red, Nike didn't have the swoosh, people just get used to that. So I was curious why they decided to change it. Not that it matters, I'm nosy and I wanted to know. So DP for Pets, still going on. There'll be 5 days left when you see this video. And so if you're not done quite yet, don't panic. You still have time left to work on it. You have until midnight on the 30th to fill out the exit form, which I will link below. Don't forget, in order to be eligible for the final prized package drawing, you need to have filled out both the entry and exit forms. And I have been going through as people have been filling out the exit form, as far as I'm aware. The last time I checked, everybody that has filled out the exit form was on the entry form. I didn't have anybody that wasn't. And I've been super excited to see all of everybody's finishes. I'm always amazed at the different images that people find. You know, I haven't been doing this for very long, and I don't have any, you know, how long have you, I guess that's a question for you guys. How long have you guys been diamond painting? I've been doing this. I found it like a lot of people during the lockdowns during the pandemic. So I started diamond painting in July of 2020, and I haven't looked back. I super enjoy it and just have been really grateful to have found this community and this hobby, and it saves my sanity in a lot of ways. But anyway, what was I talking about? DP for Pets. Oh, looking at everybody's finishes. I'm always amazed at all the different canvases that people find. And I think, oh, that's so cute. And I've actually seen quite a few people doing Diamond Art Club kits that I've never seen before, which, you know, is not a surprise. I'm sure most of us have, well, probably not most of us, but many of us have a Diamond Art Club stash. And I know I've got kits in my stash that, even though I don't think of them as old, or at least old enough that they're discontinued or no longer available or whatnot. And I have been struck by, it seems like Diamond Art Club maybe used to sell smaller kits, because I've seen several people who've been doing like, not partials, but full drill kits that are, you know, 30 by 30 or 30 by 40, which I very rarely see kits that small at Diamond Art Club. I've seen a few. And I've done, like I did my little mermaid one that was small. But other than that, they're typically much larger than that. So that's been interesting. And also just to see, you know, the different diamond paintings that people pick out and people's different styles and what appeals to different people. I mean, I guess within certain parameters, because of course it has to fit the pet theme. But anyway, yeah, just a lot of really cute kits, cute cats, cute dogs, birds, turtles. I think cats probably get the most. That's what I've seen the most of. But there have been some really, really interesting ones. So yeah, I'm really, that's part of my fun of hosting the event, is that I get to see all of these finishes by everyone. So that's been really nice. And thank you to everybody who's been tagging me on Facebook and Instagram when you're posting your pictures. I've been trying to share them, you know, as I can on my account as well. Sometimes I miss them. Instagram keeps changing things. I don't understand Facebook enough. Usually Facebook, I've just accepted I'm going to miss stuff on Facebook because of the way it works. But on Instagram, even when people are tagging me, I don't always see it. So I don't know what that's about, because it's supposed to tell me if somebody, tags me or mentions me or whatever. And I'm on there every day, so I should see it. Regardless, none of that is your issue. I have enjoyed seeing everybody's posts and seeing their progress and how things go. And yeah, I hope you guys are having as much fun doing your kits and participating in the event as I am having. So 5 days left, like I said. Make sure that you filled out both of them. Oh, and I got sidetracked there. I was talking about Diamond Art Club and their logo. I haven't bought anything from Diamond Art Club, but I did actually buy a couple of kits. And I actually would have bought one more, but I think there's an event going on right now. Romy Lerda is an artist that has diamond paintings on Dreamer Design sites. And I actually had seen one of hers, I think it was called Lady Luck, that I really wanted a while ago, and it was out of stock. So I had signed up for them to email me when it was back in stock. And so I got an email that they had restocked it. So I thought, well, let me go. Dreamer Designs is always running some kind of sale. So I thought, let's see, I've seen Father's Day sale. I've seen an International Women's Day sale. I think there was a Best Friends Day sale, just all kinds of stuff. And so I thought, well, let me go look and see. So I found the one that was restocked that I wanted. And then I found another really cute one. It's kind of big, but it's super cute. And it's one of those, even though it's big, it's one of those big ones that I like because it's big enough that it will have like the little vignettes so that, I can finish this little section and it will look like a little mini diamond painting. Those are always fun for me. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and get this one. And then I thought, let me look through and see if there's anything else that I want. Because I know Jess does a lot of florals, and I almost always pass on floral kits when I see them. So I specifically went out to look at floral kits and see what else was out there. Didn't find any florals that I wanted that were in stock. That seems to be a thing with me. The ones I want are always the ones that are out of stock. But anyway, I did find one that was called, I think, Canadian Cupcake. And it was just this cute little picture of like a little, stand with like 3 little cupcakes that had little Canada flag sticker things on them, little sticks, that you stick in a cupcake. And then there was a Canadian flag draped in the background. And I thought, well, how cute. Canada Day is coming up. I could do this, and that could be a really, because it wasn't very big. And I thought, well, okay, I'll get these 3. So I go through and I go to check out, and when I go to check out, it won't let me buy the Canadian one. It says that my address is invalid for buying that particular set. So I don't know if it's only available in Canada, but I was like, darn it, Dreamer Designs. Other people besides Canadians might want this cool Canadian kit. So yeah, I didn't get to get it, which was kind of a bummer. I was telling my husband about it, and he was like bummed with me. So yeah, I guess maybe that's the one that's in there, because I know Dreamer Designs has warehouses in the US, so maybe it's not something they thought US customers would want, so they didn't have any in the US warehouses. Yeah, I was kind of bummed. So I bought I bought 2 kits. I got my Romy Lerda, and then I got the other one. So those are going to be coming. I didn't see anything on the Diamond Art Club new releases that I had to have. I know they had a lot or several kits by that, what's her name? Cheryl Baker. And I know there's a lot of people that like her art, but her art is just not my style. And, it's like, what's that the goth one, Ennis Guerrero, or is it Guerrero? I don't know. Anyway, I had one of her kits. Well, actually 2. I think I got one in my mystery box, but I didn't do either one of them. I ended up giving them away because the Gothic thing is not where I want to spend my time. It's about time for me to do another stash video. I try to go through once a quarter, and see where I'm at on my stash. I haven't bought too many kits lately, but I think I'm still going backwards just because I tend to buy bigger kits and I just can't work through them fast enough, which is kind of a bummer. But I know there's at least a couple that I probably I would be okay letting go and letting somebody else do them. So I need to do that. Figure out what I'm going to do with some of these if I'm not going to do them, or if I'm just going to hang on to all of them and eventually I'll get around to it. I've been pretty good as far as buying goes. I haven't bought a ton of stuff this year. And of the stuff that I've bought, you know, I am making progress. Hopefully I'll be able to share that when I do my goals update, because I do feel like I'm making progress, but it doesn't feel good to take one step forward and two steps back. You know, it doesn't do me any good to do a bunch of stuff out of my stash if I'm replacing it faster than I'm doing it. And not that it's a big deal to have a stash. It isn't. Just for me personally, I was trying to get rid of some things, or at least get the numbers down before we moved. Although, if we don't move as quick as we thought, then I guess it doesn't matter, does it? I told you that I would explain to you kind of what's going on with this Muka thing. And so what happened was, I have a new tower. I told you guys after I did the last tower test that I thought I needed to do the test again and do it with a confetti heavy kit. And that is still my plan. I actually got a new tower. However, it does fit my cat proof trays better, but I don't have enough trays to fill it up. It is a 40 slot tray. And so I ended up getting some inexpensive trays, these ones on Amazon, to try it out with this small Muka kit. So this Muka kit's kind of doing double duty. This is kind of a trial test run of the tower with these kind of inexpensive trays, and just to see, because my tower's only got 40 slots. So I can only have 40 colors, and most of my kits have more than that. So what I really need is, and I found one, is a 75 slot tray, because I think that would let me do, or tower, not tray, would let me do most of my diamond paintings, because very rarely do I have more than 75 colors. I do currently have one kit sitting in my stash that is a Diamond Painting Deutschland. I got it at the same time that I got Diana. It's actually another Josephine Wall as well. And it has 300 colors. And I would like to do that one at some point. Probably not this year again. I thought I was going to get to it this year and then I didn't. But then I would need 4 75 slot trays or towers. So I don't think I'm going to use the tower method with that one. Although that probably would be smart, because, you know, those J walls are the ones where, you know, you're constantly pulling out a color for one drill here, one drill there. But yeah, this 40, while it's better than what I had size-wise, it fits my cat-proof trays better. I've only got 20 cat-proof trays, so I couldn't fill up the 40. So I need some more trays. I ended up, like I said, buying these inexpensive ones on Amazon just so I could do some testing with it. So you'll be seeing the video of the tower and all that. But I thought, well, I just do kind of a test run with this. This kit only has 20 colors. So I had enough of these inexpensive trays to do it. I could have put it in a cat proof, but anyway, I'm going to be doing a second run that I'm going to film just like I did the last test. So I wanted enough trays to fill up the tower. So now I have enough trays to fill up the tower, even if they aren't, you know, half for this one and half for my cat proof, but that works for now. And then if the method actually ends up working for me and saving me time, then when I will invest in some more cat proof trays so that I've got enough that when I want to do that with the, you know, use a tower method on a confetti heavy canvas, I can do that. I don't think, even if it works faster for me, that I will end up getting rid of my Elizabeth Ward trays and stuff like that. But I do think I am probably going to get rid of some of my other storage. I think I'm going to get rid of some of my other storage. I'll keep my, well, I have several bottle cases I know I can get rid of. I've got some other storage solutions that I don't need anymore, that I don't really use. I'll probably keep my little, definitely going to keep all my Elizabeth Ward. I'll keep a couple of bottle cases, but not as many as I have now. and I will be getting rid of some other stuff. So yeah, so there's that. Because if I have this tower method, then I don't really need all of those things, and I don't use them enough really anyway. I have so many things. An embarrassment of riches when it comes to diamond painting, of things that, you know, I don't really need, that just sit around taking up space. You know, I don't need all the storage that I have. I don't ever have that many kits on the go at once. I never have that many kitted up that I mean, I have like, I think 7 or 8 bottle cases. I never have that many kits kitted up. So I just end up having these empty cases sitting on my shelf. And if someone else, you know, would get better use of them, that'd be awesome. So yeah, so I definitely have some downsizing to do. I want to get to a point where I've got just tools that I absolutely love to use. So that's why these trays, I'm going to be doing some more tower testing and still working out the particulars because of the size. But yeah, again, we are getting close to the end of DP for Pets. Oh, that was the other thing with this Muka. It lets me do something for summer with the Masters, because I felt really bad about not participating this year, because I really love this event. I think it's an amazing event. And I think, you know, when Tiny Worlds of Wonder started it with Diamonds and Washi, that they, you know, really brought a lot of attention to lots of art that people had never seen before. And it just really, I think, inspired a lot of people to kind of go out and look at art, which is awesome. So yeah, I thought it was cool for that reason. Okay. So DP for Pets is getting close to being finished. And then, like I said, I've needed to start thinking ahead to next month. So next month, there's a Christmas in July event. I don't remember the hashtag, sorry, but Christmas in July. So I have a Santa on the Beach kit that's like a small budget kit that I'm going to do. And this one for summer with the Masters when that finishes up in July. And I want to do another Christmas kit for Christmas in July. And I'm trying to decide whether I want to do a really big one, because I have 2 really big ones that I could do, or if I want to do a smaller one. So do I want to do gnomes? Do I want to do like a Christmas landscape? Do I want to do a snowman? Yeah, just a lot of choices for me. I think I know which one I'm going to do, but we'll see when I get there. Is that all the A's I needed for this one? It is. Okay, let me pick one more color while I finish up talking about everything. I am getting really close to some of my goals here, both on YouTube and on Facebook. So I'm trying to decide kind of, you know, if I'm going to do anything to kind of celebrate those milestones. I would love to. Not sure what I want to do, but I would love to do something. So thinking about that. Excited for things that are coming up. Excited for Christmas in July. Sad that DP for Pets is coming to an end, but I've had a really good time. I hope all of you have too. This is the last whip and chat for DP for Pets. So yeah, that's sad and happy. I mean, sad that it'll be the last one for DP for Pets, but it certainly won't be the last whip and chat. So if you're new here, I hope you come back for another one. So the last thing that I need to do here, I think I'm going to stop here. I'm going to zoom back out, because the last thing I need to do is I need to do the drawing for my last weekly giveaway. So let me zoom out and get my phone, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. So as you can see, I didn't get a whole terrible amount done, but that's okay. It'll go faster once I'm not talking, because my brain can only talk, you know, so much of my brain gets devoted to the talking that I don't think sometimes there's a lot left for diamond painting. It's much easier to diamond paint when I'm just listening to someone else. I know a lot of people turn on podcasts and stuff. I do that myself, or I'll turn on my dead people shows, as my husband calls them, and I'll watch my true crime shows while I'm, you know, let them play in the background, because I don't have to be watching the screen to keep up with what's going on. Anyway, okay, so the last thing that we need to do today is have a drawing for our final prize package. And let me remind everyone, the thing that I'm sending out in these prize packages are Muka kits that I have gotten and shared that I'm not going to have time to do all of them, and so I decided to give them away so that if somebody wanted to do something for summer with the masters and didn't have the option, they would have the option. Whether you get to participate this year, whether you save it for next year, whatever, it's all good for me. And there's other goodies and stuff in there too, but that's the main prize for these weekly giveaways. Okay, let me find my little decision wheel here, and we are ready to go for DP for Pets week 4 giveaway. I hope that's in focus, so let's just spin and see who wins. Angel Magaha. So congratulations, Angel. Angel, make sure that you contact me via email at diamondpainting. No, that's my Instagram. diamondpaintinganonymous@gmail.com. Contact me by email and send me your mailing address so that I can get the kit mailed out to you. Now, that was the last drawing for my weekly giveaways. So I will, once everyone has finished sending in their submissions for their finishes, remember you have until the midnight on June 30th. So a couple of days after that, you will see the finish video. I'm collecting everybody's finish photos so that I can put them in a finish montage. Again, like I said, there have been some really cute pieces done, so I can't wait to share those with you. And in that video, I will have the drawing for the final prize package. So make sure that you don't miss that one. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads, like the finish montage and the final prize package drawing. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.